All right. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Dre. Hey, Eddie. Nice to see you guys. You got second. There you go. Can't beat that. How you guys doing tonight? Links up for anybody who wants it. Have me an eye on a few things here. Yeah, I didn't want to stop earlier today, but unfortunately I have some family matters I had to attend to. Not a big deal, but you know, stuff, well, it's a big deal, but not going to get into it. Well, there you go. All right, man. No, so yeah, there we go. So yeah, right now anyway, yeah, exactly. There we go. So we'll get a few people in here, I'm sure. How you doing tonight, guys? I love how you can see the LG TV screensaver going in the background on the TV. That TV's smaller than my fish tank. It's copacetic enough. Some rude surprises for a few family members over my grandmother's death. So, hey, what's going up, Big Kate? Hmm. Yeah, not a lot. I thought I'd stream. A lot of people like to do it, and I have the time, most of the time, to do a couple streams at a couple of hours. Nothing much more. Sometimes an hour. Whatever it is, you know, how many people get in here and see how it's going. I told my wife if she wants, she can drop a nori sheet for the tang, for the foxface tang and the starry blenny, and everyone else just kind of feeds off of that when it's there. So, oh yeah, anytime, man. I don't mind. I love having anybody here. You know, most of the time we talk fish and reef related stuff and stands and what, like, you can just see, like last night, Nick would love to get their stand. Cool. So, I always love having you guys around. But yeah, not much roof stuff. Clean the tanks up a little bit, clean my glass. Didn't get down to the sand level, but I just don't want to get arms in the tank right at the moment. Wait for my tattoos to completely heal up, then I'll worry about that crap. It's not a big deal anyway. I got some stuff on the way I gotta do, so tank related. Some Fritz 460, some lighting, some other stuff that's coming for some other projects I got on the go. So I still gotta look after this tank, moving or not. You know, I gotta make sure this tank doesn't go downhill, because man, as we talk about, a tank can go down fast, right? So watching way too many people screwing up their tanks lately around here. Throwing chemicals at it. No, especially one that would destroy a tattoo. Yeah, I'd be a little miffed if I got an infection that just took out a tattoo on me. I'd be a little pissed off over that. I deal with that crap enough. Thank you very much. Yeah. Hey, what's going on, Reef? What's happening? There's a man. Hey, what's going on, Eddie?
Oh, not much. Not much.
Good, good. Glad to hear it. Nothing going on is better than a whole lot going on sometimes.
Yeah. Got a micromut that loves the rain.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah.
And now I'm soaked.
Yeah, that's the way it works, man. You know, I keep forgetting you're out in Utah, so you're 3 or 4 hours back. 3, I think, isn't it? From me?
I think it's 6:36 right now.
3 hours. Yeah. Yeah, we got to cross over into Nevada before I see the 4 hour mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on there, Reef? Things good? Yeah, excellent. Good to hear. No, it's been, I got some family. My grandmother died in February. And there is a grandson, my brother, who's kicking up a stink, and just doesn't get it that he's not going to win. You know what I mean? He tried to draw me and my youngest brother into it, and we're both like, "What are you trying to do?" you know, like, you know, yeah,
Yeah.
you're an hour back of me, Irie. Florida's only an hour back. You're Eastern, right? So, but yeah. So anyway, I had to deal with that today, and phone calls and lawyers and all that other great stuff. And it's like, no, I'm not
Oh,
going.
the joy.
Yeah, there's no will, but because my uncle technically would be, the executor, blah 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 blah, so on and so forth. So my brother's just trying to make a grab for some money, and it's like, come on, man, you
Yeah.
know, like, come on, it's not even enough money to say like, oh, I'm gonna go for it. It's just like, really, you're worried about a couple of grand? If you're worried about a couple of grand in this world, you seriously screwed up your life. Yeah, blah blah blah. So we're just gonna see what comes, but see if he's foolish enough to try and put in a contest and tie everything up in a weird probate, statements. Go ahead, man. You're only hurting mom.
Yeah.
But some family members, they're just like that. They're like fish. They just don't get along.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, when my wife's father died, I'm sitting there looking at the family. Says, I know he didn't like me. The only thing I really want was his fishing gear.
Yep.
And they said, okay, take the fishing gear. I got all the fishing gear. And then Maria, she ended up with his rifles and everything, and then just gave them to me.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That was nice of him.
he's turning in. I know he's turning in his urn because I've got his 44 Magnum lever action.
There you go.
Yeah. Let's get some light on him.
Yeah. There you go. No, it's been, and it was an interesting day, to say the least. One of those, I'm not even going to get into it, because really it would open up a can of worms on a live stream that you would not believe.
Understood.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just his personality and where this is coming from. It's just like, we've all known these kind of people, and it's just like, wow, man. Way to upset your mother, buddy. You're a good son. And we'll stop right there, because like I said, I could just go on about that kid. I really could. Basically our last interaction with each other was a fist fight about 10 years ago. So, yeah, he threw a hot coffee in my face at 7 o'clock in the morning and thought nothing would come of it. Yeah, got his ass kicked, and then ran around telling all the family members that weren't there how he kicked my ass. I thought that was pretty good. And that's really, you paint that world your own color, buddy. You enjoy that. Well, you were the one that was bleeding. Yeah, because I fell on an unfinished metal door that the window was out of that actually cut me. Had nothing to do with you getting a lucky shot in. Yeah.
No, do not dig on that coat.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, let's get on to something a little more fun. So, the clownfish I removed out of my 20, she's doing all right. She's a little pissed off. Good. You can tell, because she just swims in the same spot. Like, are you going to let me out? Nope. You whooped on a fish for 2 months, and I finally said, nope, enough's enough. You're going to be like that, then I'm just going to pull you out for a few weeks, and you'll forget who you are, and, I'll Svengali you, and we'll throw you back in the tank when we move and see how it goes, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're talking about a fish so intent on attacking things that when I put my fingers in, she thinks that she can attack me, and I scooped her up, like, poof, done. Didn't even have to try. That was awesome.
I tell you, one of the first fish I'm going to get is a domino damsel.
Oh,
I know they're assholes.
Oh, dude, don't get it first. Don't get it first. No, don't. Don't. Damsels, I mean, they have "damn" in the name. That should be enough warning for anybody. But
I know they're assholes.
Oh, they're worse than that. They literally, like, even in a tank that you're going to have, a 75-gallon, they will think they own the whole thing.
Okay.
So what'll happen is anybody else you put in there who can't hide under a rock, so to speak, they're going to just go after. Like, just out and out, blatantly go after. So usually when somebody says they want one, and I'm okay with that, sure, damsels are pretty. Get everybody else first, get the damsel last. right? And watch out about what you're getting so that you don't set the damsel up for failure either, right?
Right.
But they can hold their own. I've seen a damsel hold his own against a full-grown Picasso trigger, and that's a fish that could eat him. You know what I mean? So, I like spring Garys, blue diamond damsels. They're a little calmer, a little more placid, but even they're big personality fish, right? So,
Right.
yeah,
Um,
there you go. Name beats exactly. You got to get them small and just sort of work them in. Work them in. You know what I mean? You'll kind of know when it's time. So go ahead, Eddie.
uh, I'm debating on whether or not to get a yellow tank. I don't know if my tank will be big enough.
In a 75, that's kind of the bare minimum. If you don't plan, it's bioload. It's all about bioload, right? So the tang kind of falls under that same category too. Don't put them in first if you plan on any similar fish. But I've never had luck with yellow tangs. They tend to be assholes. They're kind of like the asshole tang. They really are. But if you do it in the right way, again, when you add them, hey, what's going on, exclusive? And you get them in there at the kind of. I'd probably say start off with. Are you planning on clowns at all? Are you even going to bother with clowns?
Um, I might get a clown. I might not.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm going to get. If I get a clown, do I get an enemy? I'm not sure.
They don't really care, right? They
Yeah.
don't care about the anemone thing. They'll host whatever they feel like hosting. You could put an anemone in there and they'll never know. Well, it's good for you that I stream at night. Holy pajeekers. Well, I suppose it sucks, but money's always good, right?
Night shift usually pays better.
Yeah, usually. Oh my God, we were having Eddie, I love the accent, and I'll tell you why, because all we do is TED stuff now, right? So my tech weenie heard you talking, he goes, oh, someone's in the yard, right? He goes, oh God, oh God, oh God, and then stuff your face with Pepperidge Farms. I looked at him and went, thanks. That hadn't really, great, now I blew my nose off. Yeah.
Apparently, I left my khakis in the other room.
Oh, there you go. That's going to work.
What about coral beauties? I've been looking at them over at. I don't know their personality type yet or anything. I just saw them, and would they be good with in a community tank?
Oh yeah. The only problem ever with angelfish is it's now, and man, I've seen arguments all the way around about this. Now, my coral beauty never ever touched a coral, um, and it was fine. But a lot of people subscribe to the it's not if, it's when. Now, I know another guy who it immediately went after his torch, and then went after an acan and actually pulled an acan out of his skeleton. Sorry, wrong dwarf angel. It was a flame angel. But they're all kind of in that same family. Coral beauties, on the other hand, if you can get one of the ones from Bali, right? So if you can find out if it's what they call a Bali tank reared one, because they're doing great things with that. But I think right now they're only over in Europe, kind of hoping they get over here. But some of them have made it in. Because Bali also does tank raised mandarins. And if you look up American reefing, you can actually look up Mandarin Eats Flake. He's got a video up, and his mandarin's eating flake food, readily eating it.
Yeah, I'm sub to him.
Yeah. So I think is it American Reef? No, it's not American Reefing. Reef Builders. Reef Builders is who it is. Sorry, Reef Builders.
I'm sub to them too.
Yeah, no, they're a great channel too, right?
Yep.
And yeah, you're absolutely right. Name beats. I had 2 naked clowns that wouldn't start the relationship with an anemone I had, and my 2 Darwins want none of it. They have a spot, and that's where they stick to. So they don't even care if there's an anemone in the woods, right? They may at some point. Some people try to force the issue, put them in a colander together, and I know one guy caught his sleeping and actually stuffed it onto the anemone. And then when he put the anemone in the tank, that caused it. I just, look, if they're going to do it, they're going to do it. You know what I mean? I'm not out to force the issue. I have tried it, but I gave up. And that anemone crawled up inside my filter and actually shredded himself. And then my buddy's, he had crap lights, so that one died. So it was a rainbow bubble tip. So he had the greens and the blues. Like, he was a really wonderful looking thing. But I just said at that point, I'm kind of done with that, right? So, but that's me. I'm not against anemones. I just know they can be problematic for some people. They love to go up and say, I'm going to go. You go. No, they generally like to stay in one spot. If you get good lighting, and you did it first, like say you got your clowns, put your anemone in, and then, watch that tank like a hawk, let him kind of develop where he wants to be. Then you know where he's going to roughly be. Then you can put your corals around him,
Okay.
right? So that's a way to do that, right? Yeah. I have seen a small anemone decide that he doesn't like the clowns. They can't outsting them, but they'll make it uncomfortable for them. So, or they'll die. I've seen that too. So how's everybody doing tonight? Yeah, 7 people watching. That's awesome. Sorry, guys, drinking coffee, trying to improve my mood. Not in a bad mood. I'm just in a.
Yeah, you're in a funk.
Yeah, it's just really, really, really. I'm one of those people. I spend a lot of time going, what? You know what I mean? And then furrow my brow in a vain attempt to understand what the hell you just said to me. And it's not because I'm dumb. You just said something so monumentally stupid I can't get my fucking head around it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm censoring myself, by the way. So, it's one of those. I learned how to do that a long time ago. Bar owners, believe it or not, don't like it when you swear over the mic all the time. Yeah. I actually was years ago playing in a bar in Manitoba called the Silver Bullet, and they didn't even serve Coors. You know what I mean? Like, it was one of those. I had a good laugh about that. But anyway, we were the main act, and there was a Tuesday night act that would open and a Saturday night act that would open, right? And the rest of the time we just played the show on our own. And oh, that's all right, exclusive night, man. Have a good sleep. I'll be here another time, buddy. Anytime. Anyway, it was kind of funny that there was this group, and they had a female lead singer, and they were rocking. But she used the F word even more so than I use it, like a comma. It was, and I'm like, excuse me. And I wasn't trying to get her goat. I was just trying to, like, you got to break the funk. The old ladies here that you've got that are drinking are about to leave because you just won't stop swearing. You got to play to your audience, right? Know your audience, right? I remember one time, speaking of that kind of thing, that young fellas in this band, we weren't that much older, but you could tell like they were playing music that was a little too heavy. And I finally said to them, I said, you know what? I said, you guys are great. I said, here's what you got to understand. I said, you see all those young girls that you're playing for? Yeah, they have no money. I said, but you see that 30-something crowd over there? They got gold cards, and they're running a tab. I said, so you got to understand something. At this level, we're playing to sell booze. If you make it, then you're selling records and T-shirts. I said, so you got to understand what you're playing for. I said, and once you figure that out, it'll go better for you, right? So the next time we come around on the way back, touring back, they had switched from playing Slayer and Megadeth and everything, and they were playing basically the same stuff we were playing. And that's the issue I've always had with bar bands, is that we all pretty much play the same crap. And I tried to convince the guys in the late 90s that we should switch over to 80s top 40, right? And I pretty much got booed out of the practice room for like suggesting Gary Newman Cars. You know what I mean? Or Mr. Roboto or anything like that. It was like this, total, like, oh, it's not rock and roll. And I'm like, yeah, but we can only play Honky Tonk Woman so many times, man.
Yeah.
I'm a little tired of it, right? So, yeah. So my last outing, I played a little bit of that stuff, but I played a lot of pop. And we were booked 226 dates out of a year. You know what I mean? And, it proved my point that you could book yourself silly playing that kind of music, right? And yeah, it worked out. And then my drummer quit after 3 years, and I just kind of sort of semi-retired to teaching. And then, the problems I had with my left arm knotting up on me and causing my tendons to pull back, so my hand would almost be like a vicious cramp right in the middle of playing, so I couldn't do 3-4 hours anymore. I could do 20-30 minutes at a stretch, right? So, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry?
I'm surprised you didn't get into broadcasting.
Made a lot of bad decisions on the way. Got a lot of offers to do stuff. And actually doing this, there's been a few rumblings from radio stations here. So
you sound like you have a great voice for it. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, and I know how not to swear. You know what I mean? Like, The hardest thing is learning not to swear. I mean, when we let go on Friday night or Saturday night, that's one thing, and I'll warn up front that's coming. But yeah, generally I try not to f-bomb too much, or say the s words and all the other bad words we shouldn't say. Basically, what was it, George Carlin? The 7 words you can't say on television.
Yeah.
Yeah. You pretty much stay away from those. You're all right.
I try to stay away from it, but being a sailor, it's kind of hard.
Oh, it's even worse. It's the same thing with the music. I think musicians, sailors, and politicians swear more than anybody else. Everyone's like, politicians don't swear. Buddy, listen. I actually, yeah, exactly. I think my favorite was my mother used to work for the RCMP doing security at the desk, right? So she would just basically glorified receptionist, right?
Right.
But she was the escort to offices and that. And of course, the crown attorneys, which would be like district attorneys, right, would come in. And she never in her life heard people swear or say such derogatory statements in her life as cops and lawyers, right? And I went, well, of course they do, Mom. Look who they're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
You can't help it, right? So,
right.
So how's my chat doing? Want to try and keep an eye out? I don't see anything new going on. How are you guys feeling tonight? And go ahead, Eddie.
I was looking at your chat, and it's pretty dead right now.
Yeah,
right?
it kind of gets like that at night. They want the entertainment, They're looking for the drama. Or I don't know what the hell they're looking for. I just come in and talk, right? And if it happens that it gets entertaining, then it gets entertaining. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, they're probably tired of looking at my ugly mug.
Or looking at my fish that, hey, look at that fat ass fox face in there, boy. Ooh. What's worth looking at there? You know what I mean? I try to come on early enough so that if I end the stream, the lights are still on. My lights aren't going to shut off for another hour and 20. So, yeah, Dre's driving. Yeah. Are you working tonight, Dre, or just driving? You're here just checking out your tank. That's awesome, my Reef. How's the tank doing now, by the way? And this flu can go suck it. I'm telling you. Holy crap, it's holding on. Probably doesn't help that I'm a smoker. But anyway. Yeah. I was saying to a buddy of mine, I should just start drinking vodka again. I never got sick. Yeah. It was probably too pickled. Yeah.
You taking them out, Reef? Hi, Reef.
Yep, I'll send you a link. Give me a sec here. Sure thing. Why not? I love. Get you in here. We'll talk about Pepperidge Farms and the Kennedys. Yeah.
Oh, fuck the Kennedys if you want.
Fucking Kennedy. Bunch of
Pardon the French.
Bunch of famous bootleggers. I said that to a buddy of mine. He went, "What?" I said, "Look it up. Joe Kennedy was the biggest boot rum runner." I said, "In history, man." Just look it up. I said, "Look, I don't care how they made their money. You know what I mean? But, figure out what that was involved with, right?"
They were Irish. They were the Irish mafia.
They were part of it, or so they say.
Part of it? No, they were.
Yeah, well, I'm being Canadian, pragmatic, diplomatic, walking away, going, "You fucking know you are, you motherfucker." Yeah, Canadian kung fu. Sorry, eh? Walk away, just mealy mouthing the living crap out of you the whole time, right? And then if you say, "What did you say?" "Nothing. Sorry, eh?"
Let's see. I've been to Manitoba, or is it Manitoba?
Manitoba. Yep.
Been to Manitoba. Been to British Columbia, but I'm not sure that's technically Canada.
BC is its own weird animal in our country. It really is. It's like Newfoundland.
And I've been to Quebec.
Sorry. Totally sorry.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'll apologize for that.
Yeah. I mean, the extent of the French I learned when I was a kid was "fermez les bouches."
Yeah, close your mouth. Yeah, shut your mouth. Yeah. I learned how to say things like
nice words to say when I was at the restaurant there.
Next time you see one and he's rude to you, just say "Mange mon grand bisette" and get your fists up. Yeah.
It'd be more "Aaron go bra."
Yeah. Well, it's kind of the same idea, except that one refers to what you can do and how you can do it with my manhood. Yeah. I'll send you an email one there. Reef, give me a sec here. Where did I hide those today? That one. There we go. Reef. There he is.
Yeah, Google Hangouts on my phone keeps crashing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting tired of them. I'm about to switch things out, but it's going to take a little work first. There we go. Link sent to you, bud. There we go. So now Quebec. I mean, Quebec's a nice province and everything, but the entirely too many French-speaking people, and they just want to eat a lot of cheese and drink a lot of wine.
Yeah, I had to make a delivery up there.
But it is pretty. Yeah. There you go, Reef. Drink a lot of wine.
All right.
A little bit of an echo there.
Yeah, don't forget to turn off YouTube.
Do you guys still hear it?
Yep.
Yep.
You got to watch out for that. The volume coming back's a bit of a pain. Yeah. It's all right, though.
Well,
So you're downsizing your tank? What are you going to do?
Huh? So I turned off the laptop. Do you guys still hear the echo?
Hold on. Nope, not hearing it now.
All right. We're good.
So what's going on? You're going to downsize, or what's up?
Well, I've been downsizing a lot. Like,
he's been taking his pallies out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been taking. See, like I was saying, all I had was like polys and zoas.
Yep.
Different kinds, different colors, and this is. Oh, I need to turn the lights on because you can't. Really
Oh no,
see.
don't even worry about that. Yeah, we know.
It's fine. This is the last batch of polys I have. That rock.
Right.
I'm just gonna give the whole rock away, literally.
No, just leave it, man. I'll tell you. You think you're removing them all? Every zoa in there has the propensity to have palytoxin. You understand that, right?
Of course, but it'll be a nice little downsize for me because all these zoas here, they're different kinds, different colors, and they. I'd rather have the zoas than have the polys.
Okay, I can understand that. Yeah.
And these are not like so. That's gonna be the last one that's gonna go. These I'm keeping over here. I think these polys are just beautiful.
Yeah, they're kind of cool. Looks like you got some Indo Reds next to them too, or purple Indo Red people eaters. Yep. Nice colors. Yep.
Does it show how they look? Oh, it's cloudy.
To a degree. Yeah, it gets a little cloudy if you get too close in the blue, but no, we can see them. They look great.
They do look good.
And then that was my whole idea here. If you guys could see the.
Yeah, it's called the Zoo Garden. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went through a phase of that, and I'm still kind of in a phase of that. Zoas are still my favorite, I think, because there's just so many colors.
Right.
But what I don't like is how they inflate the cost. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's a Darth Maul. It's worth $75 a head. And, I had gold malls that up here were going for $80 a head. So I told the guy one day, you come in, you give me $80, you can have all 20 heads. He lost his crap. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he ran in. I think he almost had an accident trying to get in to buy him off me, right? He's like, why are you selling them? And I said, I'm just tired of it, man. I said, if you get into the hobby with the intent to sell, you're ruining the hobby for yourself right away. You're not going to get rich selling off coral. You're just not. I know I made I probably spent about $1,500 on zoas and might have doubled back, maybe. But that was including a lot of other corals I sold off, so just me. But if you're buying them just to enjoy them, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And that's where I'm at, is I want to enjoy my tank.
Yep. Go ahead, Reef.
So you can definitely get a good return on your investment. For example, let's say you go ahead and you buy one head of, let's say, the rosters. And then after 6-7 months down the line, you're gonna have a whole colony that's worth a lot more than just one head. And what people would do here in Florida, they just frag the colony, keep some for themselves, and the rest they would either sell it off or take it right back to the store for some store credit. Buy another cool coral or an amazing frag and repeat the process.
You can. But you do realize that fragging zoas puts you in that risk category, right?
Absolutely.
So, that's where I watch guys. I watch 3 guys get sick.
Absolutely.
Right? Now
Absolutely.
I did it. I know I took the risk, but I made sure I put the face shield on. I kept my mouth covered. I had my hands covered. And I frag them up, and I know how to peel them. I actually got a pretty good technique. But
Absolutely.
here's the trick. If you enjoy that, great, right? But you're never really sitting down and enjoying your tank. You're growing it out, and here you got this wonderful colony of Rostas, $20 a head. Why would you want to frag that up instead of just letting it grow? You know what I'm saying?
Eventually, because once you have a good growth, it's gonna grow back up again.
Oh, it will, but I'm saying if you're in the first 6 months of your hobby, why would you do that? You haven't even started to enjoy your tank yet. You haven't even really figured out what the hell you're doing yet. You know what I mean? And this is what I bump into are guys that are like 3rd, 4th month, and they've gotten 5 heads to grow up from 1, and they're ready to frag it. I'm not talking about a colony. I'm talking about guys that are literally fragging a frag. You know what I mean? So it was this weird thing going on, especially in my part of the world, right? So
I did that. I did that several times.
Yep.
I bought I bought a nice colony of zoas. I believe the green ones with the yellow skirt, and I literally snapped it in half. Like it was right there. All I had to do was snap it. Like there was no polytoxin came out. It was just the little rock that was on. I just snapped it. Bam.
Yep.
And I left one on the plug, put one on the plug, and the other frag I stuffed it on the rock. And then I say about 3 months down the line, the plug got covered again, and my rock had already the same coral.
Yep.
So I ended up taking that zoa back to the store for another zoa.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, I know lots of guys that do it. I've done it. Like I said, I doubled my investment back, right?
Right.
But here's the trick. So you did this with, have you bought any, what I would call high-end zoas yet? Vamps and Drag, Blue-Eyed Blondes. These ones that are going for $95 and $120 a head.
Yeah, no.
Right. These are the guys I'm talking about. The guy bought Vamps and Drag. These are super expensive coral here.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I don't know why, because over in there's also one called the Vampire's Kiss over in Europe that's really popular. But here, it's like an OG hallucination pally, right? $250 per head.
Yep.
Right? It takes forever to grow. Vamps and Drag take forever. Some people, it'll grow a little faster. Their tank's ready for it, whatever the case may be. But it was watching these guys, and then they realize that they're in an area that if you say to me, I've got a Vamp and Drag with 4 heads on it, that's $1,000.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, right. I can't afford that, man. Sorry. Thanks, though. You know what I mean? And they're like, oh, you realize you live in an area where the average income is about 30 grand a year.
Yep.
I said, you're not going to get people to buy this. You went and invested in it, just enjoy it. Let it grow and sell the odd single head when you get the opportunity presents itself. You can pop one head, sell it for $250, right? Or $200. Right? And there's a guy here, when he gets them, he'll sell them for $50. So you can get that huge expensive coral, right? So this guy went up and he bought like 5 of them on single head frags. Every one of them melted away in his tank. Every one. So he had 5 corals, $50 he paid, so he got $250. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Anyway, and that's just it. The minute that you turn your hobby into a business, for me, it ruined it. I almost quit. I almost completely got out. Right? And that's me. I just went, what am I doing? I'm not even having fun anymore. I'm now overly concerned, not because I want them to grow so they grow. I want them to grow so I can cut them. It just took it out for me. I understand where it comes from. But me personally, just don't get it. You know what I mean? I just don't. Right? I did it. It totally sucked the joy out of the hobby for me. Now if it grows enough, I can, I have to cut it. Say it's growing out of the water. That's different. But yeah, for the most part, I just can't be bothered. Yeah. Just saying. And I'm not down on it. I'm just saying I just don't get it because of what happened to me with it. You see what I'm saying? So, because I can't see everybody else, I guess for whatever reason, just overly enjoying that. You know, how are you having fun? I mean, are you having fun? I guess is my question. I Reef? Yeah. Oh, you got your mute on, man, if you were trying to answer me back. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just saying. I've just seen it. I've seen too many people do it and do the same thing. I've seen more than my share of guys push themselves right out. Because they jumped in too fast, number one. That was the big one. You just started your tank. Things are still swinging around. And you're buying these expensive corals. That's a bad idea. That's a recipe for disaster. You know what I mean? But guys do it. People do it. Girls do it. You know, whatever. People do it in the hobby. And it's like, you're just asking for it, man. And, you know, and time again, you know, 29 tanks I tore down the last 3 years for people that just quit. They're done. You know, and most of their corals were dead. You know, the hardiest stuff, you know, zinnias and Kenya tree and all that survived it. But, you know, there was one guy I know, I think he had $1,500 worth of zoas that he had bought, and every last one of them were gone. I couldn't even recover them. They were white. There literally was nothing left of them. And that nuked his tank. That was one guy where I actually put up with the nuked his tank. And he's like, well, how do you save it? And I went, you can't. I said, I'm not even going to tear this down, man. You need to throw some carbon in a filter in here and filter for a few weeks, I said, before you even drain it. I said, because it's probably a toxic cesspool in there. You know, and other guys, it was just, you know, piss poor husbandry behavior. You know, they're using tap water or they're using things that are making it harder for them, right? Because you can do it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Eddie.
That's why I like to ask questions. You know, so I don't use tap water to cycle dry rock and stuff like that. You know.
No. Like you can get away with it, right? You know, there's guys like Cruz and my local fish store guy in Fredericton. They did tap water because they didn't know better. You know what I mean? They didn't have access to stuff like that 35 years ago. They just did what they worked with what they had under gravel filters and, you know, so on and so forth. So it's one of those things where, you know, once the better stuff came along or the better science behind it came along, of course they jump on it. But some stuff, you know, like I was talking about it today, I can't understand some people's aversion to bubbling. You know, if you know it's going to help your tank and there's no negative side effect to doing it, why wouldn't you do it? Because I don't want to. I don't think it's whatever natural. It's like, well, the ocean does it constantly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Anybody who lives near a beach will tell you that.
You know, so it's like one of those things where you're just left a little, I don't know. Hey, what's going on, Eradicate? You're just sort of left wondering, you know, when somebody's so against something that everybody else in the science says works, right?
Right.
You know, it's one of those things, right? You just sort of, okay, fair enough. You know, you don't have to. We're not going to make you do it, but we're just trying to understand why you wouldn't want to do it. It's like if a doctor looked at you and said, if I give you a transfusion, you're going to survive, and you're like, no, can't do it. I don't believe in it. You know, okay, why?
Okay. Well, what color do you want your cup?
Yeah, exactly. Do you want that shellacked, or would you just like a natural satin finish on that sucker? You know. So what's going on tonight, Eradicate? Have another cigarette. Come on.
Now, back when I first started buying stuff for the tank, I bought sorry, I was reading the his comment. I bought a 90-gallon bio wheel. And now, not knowing that it, you know, would be pretty much, well, it wouldn't be useless, but it wouldn't, you know, be the greatest thing for the tank. I'm pretty much just going to turn that into a carbon reactor or a carbon media holder. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And I bought this thing. It was on sale at the time, but still, I put a, I think almost $110 into it a few years ago, and I'm not gonna, well, I'm not gonna throw $110 away, so I might as well find a use for it. So I'm gonna put carbon in it. Mhm. Basically, where it's going to end up is going to be basically the first channel on where the skimmer's going to be. Yeah. Right. Probably. Yeah, pretty much. That's what I do. One of the Keith Appleton. I watch him because he likes to machine little steam engines. I'm not. It's a hobby I'll never get into, but I like watching him do it. Yeah.
Haha, I muted myself so you guys wouldn't hear me cough, and I've been off ever since. Haha.
I hear you.
Yeah, no, you can. You got to mute twice to keep people from hearing me, right? So, no, I'll fix that eventually. I've actually got a way to do it here shortly, but we'll see. Yeah. Hey, Cruz, how you feeling, buddy? This will work out for you. I don't plan on staying on too much longer, but I'll stay on for a little bit and enjoy it and whatnot. Actually, give me a sec, guys. I'll be right back.
All right. Hey, Cruz. Just out of curiosity, but Um, would a Dremel be a good way to remove frag plugs? Because I got a crap ton of Dremels, and I can't afford to go out and buy a frag saw. I know it's boring watching me wait for a reply. I think this is why I wouldn't do a live stream on my own channel. Welcome back. You saved them.
I saved them? Who did
Yeah,
I save?
all of them from listening to me.
Oh, is that it? Hey, look at that. Eddie was running my stream. That's all right.
Totally.
No, my
Very
little,
cool.
oh, that sounded good. No, my little alarm goes off and says, take your pills, dumbass. So, it's like, oh, I better go do that, because if I forget, then I have a crappy night, so. Thanks. Appreciate it. Still in and out? Yeah. You feeling a little better? You'll be getting better. Yeah, I can link you up. Hold on. I'll send it to you email, because I know it ain't going to work, because I've already bumped into that tonight a few times. Oh. And there we go. And you can always tell when I'm getting somebody in here. Shows it for the world. Doesn't show their address, but sent, sir. No, man, my brother. Oh, god damn it! You know what I'm saying? Make me smoke myself to death, you bastard. No, it really, making a play for money, it just sickens me. Weird. You know, and it's not even a lot. It's just weird. Anyway, like I said, I'm not going to talk about it. Screw it. Done, 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 done. My wife just, same thing, just looked at me. What? I went, yeah, I'm not kidding. And she's like, you know, I went, yeah, better not think about it. Just furrow your brow in a vain attempt to understand what the hell you're trying to do, right? What was it he said to me? He goes, about the fish, right? Is that he watched a couple of my videos and he's like, I just don't understand what the allure is. And I said, really? You don't like looking at beautiful fish in the ocean, having that little piece of the reef to actually watch? And he just didn't get it. Well, all right, well, you're not put on this earth to get it then, apparently. You know. But you'll watch that conspiracy theory on how the moon landing was a hoax. All right, gotcha. We know what you're interested in, buddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we had a good laugh one night. You know, you're like
using flat earthers.
Oh yeah.
Not fun. Not.
Well, I had a face first run in with one of them. How you doing, Cruz?
Hey, Cruz.
How you feeling, buddy?
Are you in a hospital bed?
Yes, he is.
Still in my greens. Yep. Still in my greens. Nah, that's easy shit. It's when where you're going and you're going strong, and then all of a sudden you just collapse for no freaking reason.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks, man. I'm glad you're getting better.
Yeah.
Yep. Watching my freaking Family Guy, chillaxing.
Yep.
Eating my freaking Jello.
What was it?
Eating my freaking ice cream.
Eat the poo poo. Eat the poo poo.
Hey, I almost match Unlucky Eddie's
Yeah.
clothing tonight.
Oh, look at that. You
The
do.
green.
Almost got the greens.
Yeah, got the greens going.
OD green, man.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you're feeling better, man. I really am.
Thanks.
I did not discuss that. Like I said, that wasn't left to me. We you know, I said if anyone's going to discuss it, Cruz is going to discuss it. Yeah.
Yeah. You know me, I'm not the type to complain.
No.
And then air out my freaking dirty laundry saying, I got this problem with me and I got that problem with me. I just deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Like I said to you, I tell people I'm diabetic, and I'm going to tell you when I got to go, because I got to go. Sorry, guys. You know what I mean? It's not, you know, other than that. And it's, you know, it's one of those things, like we talked about, Cruz one before. Nobody knows what you're dealing with. So,
No.
you know, it's what it is, right? But I'm glad you're doing okay, brother. I really am.
That's one phrase I really hate.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Doing what you do. Hey, a lot of people don't like complaining. You know?
Nope.
A lot of us here in this freaking group don't like complaining. We don't like the boo-hoo-hooing, and we don't like the sob stories.
I hit my thumb with a hammer. I'll complain about that. I break my leg. I'll sit there and look at it and, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. But then you deal with it. You know what I'm saying? You don't ask people for money.
And if you're coming into this stream and you did that, you better be able to take the piss out of it, because you know we're going to take the piss out of it for you. So, yeah.
Exactly.
How the hell did you do that? What did you learn? You know.
Attempting to skydive without a parachute is a bad idea.
Exactly. You know how many MRFers actually have freaking high blood pressure? Pretty much 80% of the freaking United States. You know how many people have bad backs? Pretty much about freaking 80% of the freaking United States.
Yeah, exactly.
I probably have high blood pressure, but I don't have a bad back yet.
But what about your foot and your leg having the freaking restless leg disease or whatever they call it?
Oh, shut up about that. We already talked about that. I can't help it. I got diabetes, man.
But you know what I'm talking about. Your freaking legs all twitching and shit. It's like, dude, seriously?
Yeah. I can't sleep.
I'm one of those chronic leg jigglers. I have to jiggle my leg. I don't know why.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm the guy that'll sit. Yeah, go ahead, Cruz. Go ahead.
They
call it a disease. Yeah. My favorite's I'll sit there and look at somebody that's sitting in the waiting room and their legs just vibrating up and down. It's like, you all right?
Yeah, well, whoever sits on it might be happy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm practicing for later, buddy. Yeah. I could accept that. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, my wife's favorite thing is, why are you taking drugs, right? Well, my legs are bugging me. Oh, well, you take those because they'll be bugging me later. And if I touch her with feet, my wife and feet, nope. You got one of those aversions, they call it, right? I love, though, that when something goes drastically wrong with her foot, guess who has to touch her foot?
You.
Right. So, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah,
hey,
eating the Jello.
At least this is a new background for me.
Yeah, really, eh?
The time it's in a car.
Yeah, it's either in a car or it's Iron Man. One of the two.
Well, the thing was that they said, good thing I didn't pass out in the car.
Yeah, you're lucky, man. That was a little, yeah. Because I was talking to you. I think you actually let me go.
I was done.
That was a wise Cruz in the hospital. Well, I'll leave that to Cruz to answer. He can.
That's not actually Jello. It's Jello shots.
Yeah, Jello shots. Little vodka in there. Improve the mood. Yeah. It's a new bar. It's called Hospital. Yeah.
For hospitality.
Yeah.
Hey, they have a lot of chicks here.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of them are like, ugh, back to the loch with you, Nessie.
I mean, they got some talent over here.
Yeah.
Got some talent.
Did you get your sponge bath yet?
Yeah. She was okay with it.
You know, the last.
I was okay with.
Did I tell you what happened to me? Remember all that stuff I told you about the NG tube, and you know I had to go through last time. I don't know if you guys know what an NG tube is, but if you want me to describe to you what they're going to do to you, That's when they put it up your nose, down your throat, and into your stomach to prevent you from throwing up. And my wife said the best line, she couldn't stop laughing. The nurses couldn't stop laughing. So I'm sitting there, and I'm starting to throw up again when I had the bowel obstruction there about 4 years ago. And she walks in, her and another one, and they have... She's holding a plastic tube, okay, which looks like something I'd use for my fish tank, okay? Rubber gloves on, a bottle of Kentucky jelly, right? A glass of water, and some tape.
They intubate you.
Okay, so what they do is then they smear the jelly on it, and they get you to drink water while they're shoving this tube up your nose to go down your throat so that your epiglottis closes off your lungs, and they get into your stomach, okay? Not the greatest of experiences. So I looked at her when she walks in with this stuff, and my wife said, I knew what was coming. I looked at her and I said, listen, I don't know what you got planned, but leave me out of it. You're cute and all, but no, right? Anyway, and then what do I say next? Can this wait about 10 minutes? I'm going to go smoke a couple of cigarettes really quick because I got a feeling I'm not leaving the room, right? And she's like, yeah. It's like, yeah, that's how hardcore a smoker I am. I know what's coming. When I had the heart attack, Eddie, did I tell you? I called 911, rolled 3 cigarettes, and smoked them before the ambulance got there. I'm pathetic, I know.
That's horrible.
So
that's all. I can think of worse things. You get me shooting heroin.
Hey, Lawrence, how you doing? How you? Just noticed you there. So yeah, Lawrence asked, why is Cruz in the hospital? So, like I said,
because I wasn't feeling my top shape. I wasn't in. I was in pretty rough shape, guys. But I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only time I've been to the hospital has not been for myself. It's been for my son. Yeah. He was out there in the garden and he was playing with a shovel barefoot, and 4 years old at the time, and nearly took off his big toe.
Ouch.
Yeah.
The only time that I'd go to a freaking hospital is when I'm unconscious. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying, Eddie? Freaking unconscious and against my will.
I'd gotten food poisoning real bad once, and my wife,
she brought you in.
She couldn't get me out of the house to go to the hospital. 4 days, it was I was exploding everywhere. And I wouldn't leave the house.
She was cleaning up after you. That's what it is.
She's a CNA. That's her job.
Yeah.
She could not physically remove me from the apartment.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of these guys over here. They're all not in the best.
Really?
Best shape. So out, get out of this freaking hospital, get some fresh air. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They won't let me. They said it's against hospital policy because hospital policy, there's a lot of runners. And I'm like, seriously? There's runners? I'm paying for this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
My insurance is covering 100% of it, so whatever.
Yeah, might as well use it while you got it, right?
Exactly.
Welcome to Canada. I get all the same stuff, but I just pay for it a lot. Just don't realize I'm paying for it.
Ooh, it does get expensive, though, man. It really does.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, so...
I mean, yeah, if you want a freaking expensive hobby, going to the hospital is an expensive hobby.
Yeah, that's a very expensive hobby.
Yeah, luckily I got the VA.
I don't even get that. I got out when they did something called a reduction in force. So I signed away all my rights. You know what I mean? 'Cause I took a humongous buyout versus my regular with my pension and everything. So, yeah.
They gave you a chunk, right? They gave you a chunk of money, right?
Big chunk of money, yeah. 32 grand when I got out, actually, at 19. So, I'm like, woo! I told you the story about throwing the 66er Southern Comfort at the cop car that night and running. and forgetting that at the end of said driveway, when I jumped the fence, it was 20 feet to the grass, and right down. Boom. Still a famous story for my buddies. They're like, yep, the only guy we ever saw fall that far, and then when they went back the next day, it looked like an angel fell and hit the ground, because that's what it looked like. Because it was wet grass, right? So funk, right down, man. Yeah. I'll never, you can't forget that, because boy, that, you know, it knocked the wind out. It hurt. You know, like, yeah.
But then there was mud. You know what I'm saying?
No, well, no, hiding under the deck where they were throwing the dog shit was probably not the best idea. And wearing a white jean jacket. Well, you know what happened to that jean jacket, don't you? Yeah. I'll never forget the look on my grandmother's face, because I was staying with them while I was getting my own place after, and why are you covered in dog shit? Oh, I fell in a yard. I left out the part about running from the cops. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's our cute puppy dog. So yeah, it's definitely what it is. So yeah, so yeah. So I'm getting a new S7 Edge, Cruz.
Nice.
For free. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So we're gonna jailbreak it because it's with a different carrier, so that I can actually put my card in it. And
Let
then
me guess. T-Mobile.
No, in Canada we don't have T-Mobile. They looked at the deal, them and Verizon, for coming into Canada, and said we can't charge that. We'll never make any money. Then you can't come in.
Gotcha.
So in Canada, there's about 5 carriers, but where I live in particular, there's technically 2. Bell and Rogers. That's it. That's what you have. My phone cost me $100 a month, dude.
Holy crap.
So, and you know, when you drop your S6 Edge, I put it on a stool in my office here. My floor might have had a little sand. I put my phone down, 6 days old. It slid off the stool, hit the floor, and cracked the screen, and I've been living with that for almost 2 years. Yeah, 6 days, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about what happened with my my new iPhone when we went to the zoo with my son, and I'll get out to take a picture of it. You know, I had just gotten this iPhone. Get out, just kneel down to take a picture of him next to a polar bear, and phone goes tumbling. I catch it about 6 times before it hit the face down. Yeah.
Oh, it always sucks.
Yep. I spent
Just
the Apple store to get it.
Yeah.
It's pulling your back out, rolling your freaking ankle, tripping, scratching your hand as you're trying to freaking catch it.
Yep.
On the
I actually watched a guy walk out of the store with his brand new S. What's the newest one? The 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Fumble it and then face first right into a kiosk on the other side. I mean, face first. Knocked his ass out and shattered his phone. So insult to injury. So this guy breaks his nose, right, and basically busts his face, right. And I'm just like, I burst out. I know I shouldn't have laughed, but I couldn't help it. It's just like, and he's just the snottiest guy. I was in the store with him. I was doing something with my phone.
Tight jeans.
Yeah.
Karma.
Oh yeah, total hipster thing, right? And so they smash, and then smash at the same time. And
those the homemade knitted beanies.
No, he had a toque on though. He definitely had the toque. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So Dre says, "What the hell's going on here? I left. Everyone was fine. I come back. Cruz is in the hospital. Craig, what did you do?"
He took a shot of palytoxin.
Yeah, he took a hit. No, he didn't. Don't even say that. It's not even funny, Eddie.
I wanted to see if it was true.
He licked a frag, right? Yeah. He cut his toe and then dip the toe. Yeah. I wanted to see if it would get me. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yep. No. Just hanging out with you guys when I felt a little bit better.
I'm glad you do, man. But yeah, it's one of those things, like people, what am I going to say about it? We all get sick. Like I've been fighting the flu, big deal. You know what I mean? Like, I try and tell people, like, you're gonna sit down and oh no and da. It's like, you don't know about it. They kind of know about it here because it started off. You know, when I got off the Today cruise and I was talking to you just a little bit there, I get a phone call. It's my young brother, my middle brother. You know, the Christian conspiracy theory nut is trying to contest my grandmother's estate. So he's making a grab for what little money she actually had, and is trying to say that he deserves it. And it's just like,
one of those.
Yeah.
One of the entitled bitches.
Yep. Like, what makes you think you deserve this money, man? So my younger brother just wanted to know, did I know where this was supposed to go? And I said, yeah. Last time I ever talked to Nanny before she passed away was Mom and Earl, my mother and her brother. That's it. I said, if anything comes to us, it comes through them, right? And let them distribute it. You got it, right? And my younger brother's got his own issues, whatever. But he's got his own business. He does security cameras, like installations and that, major ones. Kind of like what Dave does, but does it from a different security point of view.
Gotcha.
Because Dave does a lot of the point of sale stuff for catching the employees stealing shit. I think. And hey, Death Mage, Cruz is in the hospital because Cruz licked a pally.
Yeah. It's like shit.
Yeah.
Now I got a question for you. Is it bad that every time I go into the fish shop, that I wonder how they taste?
No, not at all.
I mean,
is it strange that every time I go into my LFS, I try to lick the glass?
Yeah. You just have your face on it like that special kid. Yeah, exactly, right? Somebody asked me about that once before, and I said, well, that's when you give them names like Candy Crush, you know what I mean? And Caramel Popcorn. There was one I saw called Caramel Popcorn. I'm like, why is it called? Why? You know what I mean? But anyway, go ahead.
Just brown.
It's just brown. It's a plain valley. What are they trying to up the price? You look at it, $20. Yep, that's exactly what they're. It's a green Zoa. Exactly. I was talking to Reef about. Remember, we had that conversation one time, Cruz, about how some of them get into the hobby and start trying to frag and grow shit right away. They don't even give themselves time to enjoy it, right? It's and far be it from me to say don't. I did it. You know what I mean? But we were talking about that. But
I think we all trap every once in a while. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't help it.
Yeah, everybody else is selling. You're like, okay, here I am holding on to my little pot with a little freaking flame under it, trying to freaking cook that shit.
Yeah,
what I mean? It's like, for growing some of the acros and coloring them up, you are literally like cooking every single one of them.
Yep.
Bit at a time. But yeah, I mean, here everyone's like selling all these freaking greens and browns like there's no tomorrow, and we're like, we're not going to do that at Elegant Corals. We're going to actually color them and sell them, the way that they should be.
Well, I've seen the pictures. I think Eddie's even seen a few of them. Haven't you, Eddie? Some of the acros that Elegant sells.
Yeah.
You just speaking of it, looks like something you could eat. It looks like something you get at the carnival. It's like, ooh, that one looks tasty.
Hey, look at the new acro I got.
There you go. Yeah. I almost burst out laughing at that. Oh, you almost killed me, Eddie. I was just thinking, don't glue that in your tank. It's not going to work out. Is that water-soluble paint? That'd be the best tank you ever saw. It's like, look at all the color. Why are all your fish dead? Yeah.
My son made this for me.
Oh, that pine cone?
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
And one of his
that's a hammerhead, right?
Hammerhead, yeah. I tried to steal that one of those from a buddy of mine. He went down to Jamaica to open up a Xerox call center for the XOG department I was in. And when he came back, he had this hand-carved wooden hammerhead shark.
I got to drop off.
Oh, okay. That's all right, Eddie. Anytime, man. Thanks for coming. All right, brother? All right. So, yeah, that was, I got caught stealing that about 3-4 times. And his Deadpool stuff. Yeah. You know, I just hand it back all sheepish, like, look, I'll trade you my little stuffed Nemo for that. Here. And he's like, no, and I'm like, come on, man, it's Nemo, right?
You want to see how many freaking times that they freaking poke my ass?
Oh, I bet you they. Oh, wait, don't show your ass. Wait a minute, don't, dude, don't. Ooh, that's a lot, man.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's another one, which is on my forearm. 9. Then there's that one on the back of my hand. 10, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And it's all bruised up over there.
Get up, walk it off, take a lap. Come on, buddy.
Then that one. You see that? They like stuck me about 14, 15 times in the freaking arm over here.
Yeah, trying to catch a vein.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hold on,
yeah.
hold on.
Oh.
Somebody's trying to call me. Okay, sorry.
Nope, it's all right, dude.
But yeah, did you see that?
Nope. You went back.
Uh-oh.
We see Iron Man again.
Oh, no.
You gotta flip your screen to the camera, dude.
Yep. Trying to.
There we go.
Right there. Right.
There we go. Yeah, I sure do. Hold still for a sec. Left, right, your camera, just a smidge. And then come, maybe pull away just a bit, maybe. There we go. Oh, cleared up for a second.
You see it now?
There we go. Yeah, I can see it.
Over here, like Iron Man.
Yeah. But you're feeling better? You're on the mend?
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little exhausted still.
You would be.
I might drop out in a little bit.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to stay on too much longer. We're getting there. I got a couple of phone calls, of course, I got to make because it's getting late. But so yeah, and there's Death Mage asking, why is Cruz in the hospital? Well, I'm sure Cruz will speak to that on one of his drives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Give me a call. You got my number.
Yeah. But if you're starting to feel tired, buddy, you drop off. All right, bro?
I did that a couple of times already. I apologize for that. I came on and I was like, dude, I can't.
No, exactly. I knew that. That was fine. Yeah.
Yeah. I was on for like about 5 minutes.
Yep.
Figured it out and I passed the hell out. So.
Well, they got you on the good stuff, right? So.
Yeah, they got me on Dilaudid. I
told you. I think I actually mentioned that. So, if you're starting to feel it, bud, you go ahead and drop off. All right.
Yeah. It was hydromorphone, as they call it. Hydromorphone.
Hydromorphone.
Dilaudid.
AKA Dilaudid. So you take her easy. And
all right, you too, man.
I'm gonna call it. And to all those, Cruz is doing well, and we will see him soon. All right, Cruz. Take care, buddy.
All right. Bye. See you guys. Good night.
There we go. All right. So, yeah, he's doing okay, guys. You know, and like I said, he'll speak to what happened to him. That's not my place. So, but yeah, if you want to wish him well, you can always email Elegant Corals. If you know him and you got his number, you can give him a call. I wouldn't right now. I think they just came in and gave him his meds. That's why the camera went off. So, he's probably going to be out for the night, but we will see him soon. He's actually did very well. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to call it. I hate to shut down and run kind of deal, but my life's busy in the background too, like you heard. So, thanks for coming. I really appreciate everybody who drops by. And later, taters. All right, take care.